Pisces. Good things from planetary transits in May. For the month of May, this is a time of change that will happen for those born under the sign of Pisces, because the planet Jupiter will be transiting and changing its house. Jupiter doesn't transit very often, just once a year. Jupiter represents both the self and career matters. In addition, Saturn and Rahu are also changing positions. So let's find out together what positive things are coming your way under these planetary movements. Those with Pisces as their ascendant sign are encouraged to listen, as well as those born between March 15th and April 14th. If you're interested in how planetary transits affect you according to Thai astrology, this channel bases its predictions on traditional Thai astrological principles. Please also consider following the channel The Piacorn. For Pisces natives, the planetary changes happening in May are directly related to your self-identity, as Jupiter, your ruling planet and the planet of work and responsibilities, will be transiting on May 13th. This shift will bring year-long effects. Jupiter will enter the 4th house, which brings about the first good thing. This particular transit of Jupiter corresponds to an astrological standard called Padham-Kaith, which is a very auspicious configuration for Pisces. Additionally, it aligns with Ampu-Kaith, which is particularly significant for water signs. Pisces, being a water sign, will benefit from this aspect for the whole year. According to the classical texts, this indicates a time of establishing a foundation or gaining stability in life. Since Jupiter enters the 4th house from the ascendant, this is a position that brings about some kind of stability. For example, you may suddenly develop a strong desire to establish something foundational in your life, particularly related to family matters, assets, or property. This could mean involvement in family business or responsibilities tied to the household. For some, it may result in starting a new business related to home or domestic life. Those interested in returning to their hometowns or starting their own enterprises may find this period favorable. It's a time when tangible assets become prominent. Since Jupiter now resides in a house associated with home and property, assets like land, vehicles, or large items may be acquired. If there's something you've long wanted or had your eye on, this year could finally bring it into your possession with ease. Jupiter also governs karma, meaning career, responsibilities, and duties. When placed in a favorable position, it signifies beneficial changes, such as achieving success in faraway places or going through a transformation that leads to stability in new ventures. For Pisces, this is a highly significant time of transformation that also calls for adaptation. Jupiter also supports learning, spirituality, and religious teachings. Therefore, this may be a time when you're interested in or involved in educational activities, whether it's learning new things or engaging in teaching or mentoring roles. Some may wish to pursue further studies or consistently seek self-development. Additionally, this period encourages spiritual growth. You may become more mature, develop deeper insight into life, or derive strength and positivity from past hardships. The second positive development comes from the transit of Rahu, which also occurs in May, on May 5th, to be exact. Rahu moves into the 12th house with strong dignity. It is now in its own house. Rahu is the lord of the 12th house for Pisces, so when it enters its own domain with strength, it brings about heavy responsibilities or invisible ties, whether emotional burdens or serious work commitments. As a result, this becomes a time when Pisces individuals may develop new ambitions or goals. The 12th house, when strengthened, can also mean dealings with foreign lands and cultures. So some Pisces may relocate to distant places, go abroad, or find themselves drawn into isolation, either socially or geographically. You may journey to far-off lands or live in a secluded environment. The 12th house also refers to responsibilities you cannot easily let go of, burdens that bind you emotionally or spiritually. During the 1.5 years Rahu stays here, you may find yourself tied to certain tasks or missions. Be cautious about health as well. This house governs hidden issues, which can include health conditions that require rest and recovery. So it's important for Pisces to take good care of their well-being. The third key change is the transit of Saturn, which now comes to conjunct your ascendant in May. With 3 major planets, shifting positions, there will be fundamental changes for Pisces individuals. Saturn directly influences your self-identity. Saturn brings weight, responsibility, and seriousness. You may find yourself having to carry heavy burdens. While some will gain opportunities or new positions, these often come with pressure, stress, or risk. Still, Saturn also governs gains and rewards. So while Jupiter supports asset growth, Saturn governs land and long-term investments. Pisces natives are therefore well-positioned to benefit from assets such as property, farmland, houses, and vehicles. Saturn is now in Jupiter's house, which also brings transformation and restructuring, echoing the themes already mentioned. This is a time of change, bringing both new beginnings and long-term stability. You may reach a turning point in life, perhaps a promotion, a role shift, or even a complete life transition. Some phases may come to an end, leading to new beginnings in completely different directions. Saturn also brings a more serious atmosphere. When Saturn is conjunct your ascendant, it affects your outlook and emotions. You may become more serious or prone to stress. It's important to consciously try to stay positive and not become overwhelmed. Because Saturn sits opposite the 7th house, you'll need to be careful in your relationships. This is a time when romantic or marital dynamics could be tested. Couples will need to communicate with empathy and patience to maintain harmony. If you're dating or considering a relationship, understand that this period might bring connections that are heavy, complicated, or stressful. Take your time getting to know people, because Saturn will stay in this position for 2.5 years. Some romantic situations might be hidden or unconventional. With Rahu also strong, you could find yourself in unclear or unofficial relationships, backed by supporters who remain behind the scenes. Love with distance or emotional detachment is possible, as is the presence of strange or complex individuals entering your life. This planetary backdrop can also lead to uncertainty in finances or investments. It is wise to be cautious and informed before making decisions. There may be a tendency to attract shady or mysterious people, so remain vigilant. To all Pisces natives, may all these changes lead to positive growth and an improved life. May you prosper and succeed. If there's something you truly wish for, something you desire in your heart, feel free to write your prayer or wish in the comments. We will chant and pray on your behalf to help your wish come true or help speed up the process. And don't forget to like, share, and follow the channel to show your support. See you next time with more astrological insights. Goodbye.